What? Why is that here?
It's all right. It's quite harmless. Its mind powers have been neutralized.
How is that possible?
Our expert in astral magic and crystal items, Crazy Man, specially made these crystal psychic inhibitors. I have no idea how they work, but Crazy Man really came through on this one.
How were you even able to capture it?
That's another interesting story. A lone Black Lord by the name of Lord Octopus sighted him on the field and was able to knock him unconscious somehow. He seems to really have a lot of animosity, more than usual, against these foul abominations.
Lord Octopus. That doesn't sound very Ulmish, and it doesn't make sense. How would he have been able to get that close to one of their greatest leaders without having his mind blasted? They've always been able to get away before.
You know, I'm not entirely sure where he's from exactly, now that you mention it, but he must have some innate resistance to their power. Regardless, he has done us a great service. Once he brought this creature in, some of our most powerful master smiths, Hero Knight the Brave, Damaris, a cranky old coot, and Hans a big sword, who was very eager, magically attached the inhibitors to it.
Steel has truly blessed us with many brave heroes.
Indeed. One day, it will all be over, and everyone will forget that this was the moment. This is when it turned. And it wasn't the mighty legions, it wasn't some fancy new evocation. It was a Black Lord named Lord Octopus who captured a Starspawn.
But why have you brought him here?
I have heard tales from the Amazons and the armies that you yourself have shown some abilities with the mind.
Well, yes. I have on occasion been able to determine people's true intentions and purpose. That's how I knew you could be trusted and that our tribe should ally with you. But I have never tried it on a creature such as this.
Would you? I would like to know anything about these creatures. As we now know, they come from outside our world and are bent on our enslavement and eventual destruction.
I will try.
What's it thinking, BirdyBot?
Quiet! It's afraid. It's afraid! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm BirdyBot, and this is Marcus Aurelius' presentation of Dominions 4, the Thrones of Ascension. We are Ulm, and we are forging ahead.
Once again, I would like to thank the magnificent BirdyBot for assisting me with these skits. And yes, we are absolutely winning the war against the Starspawn of R'lyeh. And I don't know if the skit made it clear enough, but they are here in our world to enslave and conquer us. So, certainly, anything we can do to stop them would be a good thing for humanity. We are looking at the Western Plains, kind of the front base in the war against R'lyeh and soon to be the war against Xibalba, and also where the skit took place. As you can see, we have many troops massing from all directions. In fact, we have too many at this point where I can't even, in my mind, control all of them because there's just so many and they all go over each other. So it's like, it takes me 30 minutes just to figure out what everyone's doing. But let's look at the messages. It is now fall in the year 6 of the Ascension Wars. Nidoros has contacted a Hill Giant, Chief Smith has contacted another Iron Angel, and Hero Knight has turned his crumbling abilities towards the last bastion of R'lyeh in the northwest. Zazakita found Sunridge in Bell, but Cal Lord and Ion have found nothing. We've enticed 18 more blood volunteers to give blood at our clinic. In Omicria, a local sect has flourished, and their leader preaches that labor is for the wicked. So not only does it harm our dominion, but also adds sloth to to that province, to Omicria. Now that's not good, so we're going to have to send some black priests out there to capture this leader and possibly torture him quite a bit. The entrance to the fortification in Palame has been breached. However, the gate in the fort of Salam, where the throne is, has not yet been breached. And I'm moving some people out of Western Plains because currently there is not enough supplies to take care of everybody. And finally, though we knew it was coming, the new planet died from a disease. How an Iron Angel can contract and die of a disease, I don't know, but that is what happened. So, what are we doing? Gosh, that is easier said than done, but we are storming Palame, that's the army of Arcade Knight, along with Demonicus, Dr. Dalaman, Colonial, Damaris, Hans a Big Sword, Ephraim, Wayland, and Sloosh Towington. I want to introduce you to some new people. We had some last-minute names. We now have Venser's Prodigy, we have Madogo, and we have John. So I'd like to welcome all three of them to the team. For right now, until we can get them some plans, they're going to just stay and research in the main capital because, like I said, we are rapidly running up to the supply limits in all of these areas when we make our make-or-break attack against Xibalba. We are moving Granny, along with Earl Baker, Banin, G. Dorn, and Dragonheart over to Bycliffe to help in the attack there. And we're moving Irati, Overlord, Hannah Banana, Pikel Mouvet, Ewok Gimpy, Jean-Luc Picard, George White, Gendrick, Gordon Overkill, and Waylander up to the battle as well. I picked those people in particular because they either had items or had a higher than normal skill level. Like, for example, Hannah Banana now has 3 fire. Or they were just the priest smiths or the black priests, who are a bit more useful to us. Because Magma Eruption's a powerful spell, but it's powerfully dangerous even to us. And that's really all that's going on. So unless someone attacks us in this next turn, we're just going to see our sieging and storming of the fortress of Palame. So I guess we can take a look at that. All Illithids have a Mind Blast attack that will cause paralysis and minor damage to the target. What a relevant tip. Just the tip, though. Well, something's happening here. This must be our stormings. There are some battles going on. This might be the longest end turn segment that we've had so far in this LP. And it's coming to an... Nope. I thought it was coming to an end, but now we're resolving more battles. Alright. Itachi has cast Woven Winter. Oh yes, I'm softening up Xibalba by casting some global spells that they cannot track back to us. We have 8 more Blood Volunteers. Okay, battle in the Fortress of Palame. Let's see how it goes. Here are all of our troops and how they are arrayed. I've got most of our smiths to cast Iron Skin first, rather than Summon Earth Power, except for the ones that already have some kind of item that protects them. I kind of expected there'd be a lot of Barbarians here, because that seems to be the troop type that they use. Our Winter Wolves took the lead, just to sap their strength. Maybe get him some fatigue. And then we have Guardians and our shielded troops. Temmie in the front. There's an Earth Elemental. He's probably not going to make it into the gate. In future sieges, I'm going to put more use in our flying troops to come in and attack them from the rear. We can move a little bit faster. Well, not that fast. That was a pretty good Magma Eruption, though. We even have Dr. Dalaman casting Storm of Thorns. The Barbarians are already running. Well, some of them anyway. Blade Wind just nailed them a bit better. Nice. Except we just killed about 15 of our own guys. Thank you, Domaris and Colonial. Oh, man. And it says they are mostly fleeing. Who is... Oh, now they're routed. Alright. What did we lose? 7 Guardians, 18 Infantry, 1 Crossbowman, all of our Winter Wolves, but we did not lose any leaders. And we took out all of them, of course, since it was a storming. In Kopos, our Dominion is going down. An omen spoke of the decline of the god. Well, all of the gods are declining. A hurricane has struck Kepes. Yeah, that was natural, in finger quotes. Salam is still holding up, and we're starting to starve there. That's no good. We have... Wow, we really are starving here. And it's having an effect. Cal Lord is weakened. I don't know if that's new or not. Boglighter... No, just the eye loss. That's normal. Tection, same thing. Thor Henry. Okay, so we need to get somebody out of here. So here's what we're going to do for the rest of this turn, folks. We are going to plot our attack against Xibalba. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get things rolling here. We have to move some people away from here. So between... Well, Barbell has to stay here. Looks like we have about 40. So Tection doesn't have enough guys. Barbell, you probably shouldn't be standing so close to the front since you are our prophet. And we need to keep you alive. Alright, let's give... Alright, Thor Henry. Thor Henry, you're going to head out to... That's the real ticket here. We're going to go to Berman Heights. And with you are going to go Redrick, Praetorian Panda, and Jorkon Almac. Let's make sure we have them set up right. So Praetorian Panda, we'll put him up here. And then these two are hold, hold, attack, rear. These troops are hold and attack closest. Let's move them up a bit. Thor Henry's going to fire, actually. How about... we'll just let him fire on whoever he wants to. He and his guards are here. That's fine. Alright, so we get to see our thugs in action. Doesn't look like... Well, they have 110 enemies. And we're bringing... What against them? We're bringing 76. But Praetorian Panda is going to be pretty amazing. These two... Well, no, we'll see how they do. In fact, we're going to move them back a little bit. I don't want them to... I would like to see Praetorian Panda engage before they do. In fact, let's move him up a little bit more. Perfect. Alright, so that should... They're going to hold 3 times in an attack. By the way, the reason I put hold 3 times is that's the length of the hold command here for the infantry. So the infantry's going to move forward at the same time these guys are. And he's going to hold 5 times, though. That's why I'm putting him a little bit more ahead. Because he has to cast his spells first. Reinvigoration 3. We could get rid of one of those holds. There we go. So 2 holds, and then he's going to attack. Alright. That's Bourbon Heights. We're going to move all these guys down to Whiteport. And they're going to either take care of Sawdorth or help down here. Now, the Parched Expanse. I forget now, do spells happen before or after? Woven Winter happens before movement and attacks. Okay, so Itachi, now that they've got to... Well, they're only 1 winter, but that's okay. It's the best we can do in short notice. So Itachi, you're now going to cast... Murdering Winter. 40 water gems. That's a lot of water gems, but we have them. Just to soften them up. Once that happens, we're going to send in... Let's see. We're going to send in Havel the Rock. He seems pretty tough. He's got his own guards. He has some troops in the front to attack. So we're going to send him in, along with Maximus Dicus, Ribby, Nebritos, Tord, Slagar. Actually, no. And the new planet. And let's see what that gives us. So we have our infantry in the front. The new planet, the second, is just going to hold one turn and attack. Oops. Attack the rearmost. He doesn't need to spell up. He's good to go. Put him here. And all these guys are already set up. So there are thugs. They're all itemed up. We'll see how this goes. We are going to be totally outnumbered. Let's bring another unit of infantry. Maybe Conan. What does he have? Yeah, he's actually in good shape too. We should probably arrange things a bit better. So how about we give the infantry to Havel. Okay, and then we'll give archers to Conan Constantine. Alright, the only archers that we have belong to our smiths, and I kind of want them to do that. So we're actually gonna leave Conan Constantine here for the moment. And instead we're gonna bring in, oh boy, do I want to risk these guys? Yeah. What we need them. So we're gonna bring in Jack, Viriato, Cyber Commando, Akros, Gru, and Sundu. Alright. So they're all lined up to fire, that's fine. Magma Eruptions, this guy. Jack. Iron Skin, Blade Wind, Magma Eruption, yep. Iron Skin, Iron Blizzard, perfect. Legion of Steel, more Magma Eruptions. Sermon of Courage. This is going to be interesting. I really don't want any of my thugs to get caught up in the Magma Eruption. We'll see how that goes. If we end up killing one of our own guys due to Magma Eruption, I'm going to be very sad, Panda. Maybe we shouldn't send in all of them. Maybe we can hold back Neberitos and Tord. Okay. Alright, that's that one. Now Ragdan. We're going to send in Feel the Steel and Steven Steelberg are going to go by themselves into Inuptia. And then once that's done, they'll hit up Nightmarsh, and we'll move the armies kind of behind them. So we'll go from different angles. Steven Spielberg, or Steelberg, will hold an attack rear. And Feel the Steel will hold an attack rear as well. I'm just going to leave them on attack rear because eventually when they do support troops, that's what they're going to be doing. Everyone else is going to wait. This group here is going to wait and just defend, as will this group. And we'll move forward from there. So the angels will hit here, then they'll hit here, and then the armies will move in and kind of clean up. The big fight is going to be here. That's why we're casting the Woven, or the Murdering Winter on them. Amaru and Wombat. I just kind of moved them out of Western Plains so that they wouldn't have to deal with supply issues. Palame should get some defense. Let's take it up to... Is it the up arrow? Yep, it is. Let's take it up to 20. It is inland, so we don't have to worry that much about it. And wow, we don't have anything here? Alright, well... Let's see here. Let's unselect everyone. So... No one here has 2 fire, so I guess we'll just have Hans a Big Sword search for magic sites. Dr. Dalamand search for magic sites. And everyone else are going to roll out to Bell. We have Arnold here in Quadra. I'm just basically getting a commander with some archers to patrol to increase our defensive capabilities. We'll get some more archers. Alright. And what do we have here? We have so many guys here. Oh, Chief Smith spent the last turn forging something interesting for us. He forged the Armor of the Dawn for one of our, probably our Iron Angels. It basically is just really good armor, but it gives you Awe +1, so I don't need to give them the Awe shield. But also it gives you protection from afflictions and magic resistance. So for the Angels, that's pretty good. In fact, that would have been great for them before we lost the new planet to Rylai. We just have a bunch of other regular items here, although we did forge a stone sphere, which will give a random commander, maybe BirdyBot, the ability to spy on provinces of the enemy and see what they're up to. So, alright, Commando still hasn't gained any experience. Do we have any just toys for him? Actually, oh, we didn't get another angel, did we? No. Alright, so let's give Commando the shield. That. We don't have a weapon for him. Armor of Knights. Helm. So all he needs now is a weapon, a brand, and we'll get rid of the champion skull and replace it with the girdle. But we'll leave it, since we have to wait a turn anyways, we'll leave the skull there. So that means that... Is it Soups? Soups has to forge the brand. We don't have magic gems. Oh, we cast the Murdering Winter. Right. Let's trade some... Death gems. Okay. Excellent. Oh, there's Geron of the Far Northern Realms. Let's send him down to Shepherd's Haven. Alright. And we'll forge another Flaming Skull. So what about down here? Let's take Mag. Unfortunately, we don't have any thugs here. I think I was trying to fix that somehow. Oh, there's Zeus, too. We can't forget about Zeus is a good army leader. So we're going to have Czar, Conefed, and Lord Octopus. We're going to head them actually down. And they're going to take the fight here in the south and head for the throne. That seems like a good plan. Meanwhile, let's see here. We have Marius Stark and Kuna. Oh, yeah, right. This is the army that has these guys. So Erectus is definitely going on this adventure. Although we're going to give him... We're going to take his Guardians away and give him 10. Come on. There we go. 10 of those guys. So they're going to guard him. Actually, no, they're going to fire. So there's Erectus. There's his Guardians. And these guys are going to be in the front just to raise havoc. Actually, I'm going to give Caboose this guy. That way he can be in the front, and then the dragon can stay in the back. And you're going to hold an attack closest. Actually, why are we holding? Let's just attack closest. The giant siege golem. I'm not too worried about it. These guys are going to fire. And then Caboose will be down here. Perfect. Alright. So we have Erectus and Caboose, and they're going to saunter out with, I guess, Stamps. Stamps says... Stamps and Marius Stark actually are built kind of to work together. Actually, if you put him a little bit ahead, he'll draw arrow fire. But I don't want our troops to be this far back. I want them in assault mode. Alright, perfect. Actually, we're going to move everyone up just a smidge. Alright, and then our leaders, we've got Stamps is firing. We're going to put Stamps here with him. And we're going to put Marius Stark down here with him. Alright, perfect. So we got Stark, Stamps, Caboose, and Erectus. They're going to head out to Mag with our magical support. The rest will stay here and wait for more troops to arrive. And they are coming, as we saw. We should probably recruit some troops in No More to aid them as well. Pretty good resources here, so we'll recruit a lot. And that's about it, folks. So I don't want to go over. I'm going to be doing, again, this is just an example of all of the planning I do between episodes. But next episode, the war against Xibalba starts in earnest. And hopefully we'll whittle down the forces of R'lyeh in Solam so that we can take this throne with Barabel. But really, the big deal is just going to be the attacks against Xibalba and how they respond. Because they won't be able to respond, I think, next turn, but they will be able to respond the turn after that. So we're going to have to be careful about, for example, this giant army here in Bountiful Land. Well, actually, that's really all we got to be careful about, because Night Marsh, I feel confident in our ability to defend them, regardless of where they attack from. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'd also like to thank BirdyBot once again for assisting in the skit. Have a good one.